Okay, I'm stuck and I can't grab the footage for the next clip. I sent everything into the cloud and I'm having a hard time getting it back out and into my phone. Unfortunately, when I send things into the cloud, it's in a format that my little movie maker does not recognize. Even though it allows me to grab it from there, it's one of the options, it doesn't let me grab it. So unfortunately, the whole pretext for this next few clips won't freaking load, and I don't know how Woods Hole did it, but they put some juju in my phone, some evil juju, and they've corrupted everything, and I blame them and their weird cult antics. So instead, I'm just gonna sit here and rant for a while about them, load this up, and then everything else is already loaded. I've got the next like 30 days already loaded into YouTube day by day now because it's so much easier to do it that way. But, you know, I really wanted to get those 2 days in there, or actually like 3 that I'm missing now. So basically, you know, I woke up excited. I was headed to Woods Hole Hostel. I'd heard nothing but great things about it. I was supposed to meet Wildflower there. She had, she had yellow blazed up to Parisburg, and she was going to slack pack backwards and meet me there. So I got there, and as soon as I got to Woods Hole Hostel, the owner, Michael, who is a complete piece of shit, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. I heard people talking shit about him all the way up into the Shenandoahs. As soon as he looked at me, he gave me that look. It's a look I get all the time where they decide I'm the bad guy, you know, like instantly. And I understand, I look like the bad guy off of TV, I get it, you know. But, you know, I ignored it because, you know, Wildflower's coming, so I don't want to make things weird for her. I don't mind making things weird for me, but, you know, I knew she was coming, so I didn't want to start any shit. I'm sitting there, I'm eating my dinner. No. So, back up a little minute. Okay, so we're about to eat dinner, and they kind of force you to eat dinner with them. They say, hey, man, you kind of have to eat dinner with us. It's donation-based, so if you can't afford it, you know, just throw in a few bucks and we got it. And I'm like, cool, whatever, you know, I like food. And then like, hey, everybody out in the front yard, let's hold hands and form a circle. And I was like, no, thank you. You know, I don't really do prayer circles, so I was like, I'm just gonna sit this one out. I wasn't a dick, you know, I was just like, I'm gonna sit this one out. And when I did that, Rowdy, who had came with me, I ran into her just before there, and she joined me. She didn't want to do the hand-holding ceremony. Now realize, we're hikers. We don't hold people's hands. We don't even shake people's hands. We don't shake each other's hands. Okay? It's a thru hiker thing. We carry Noro. So instantly, you know, the guy already hated me, you could tell. When I decided I wanted to opt out of the circle, shit got weird instantly. Okay, so the Christians thought it was a Christian prayer circle. I kind of thought it was going to be a Christian prayer circle. But the Christians started attacking. How you doing, tough cookie? So they instantly started attacking me. Like right when I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. One guy blurts out like, either you believe everything came from nothing or everything comes from an all divine high power, blah, 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 fuck you. Some other dude was like, you gotta pray to somebody. I was like, no, I don't. So that kind of got me a little upset, you know, like I'm feeling like I'm being attacked. So I was like, fuck y'all, I'm a Satanist. I don't pray to anybody. And by definition, Satanists do not believe in Satan. We're atheists is what we are. We just, you know, we're just kind of antagonists at the same time. But anyway, off on a tangent. So they do their little prayer circle thing, and, you know, they want to talk about what they're grateful for. And I still, you know, I still participated in that part. I just didn't want to hold hands. All right, but it was weird. There was a lot of tension going on. So we have the first course. We have our salad. I sit out on the porch with Rowdy because we're already alienated. It's obvious. I decided to walk up to the smoking area to make a little video. And the smoking area is way far away. So, you know, I walk down there. And as I walk down there, Michael, the piece of shit who owns the place, actually he's riding on his wife's back. His wife owns the place. And he's a loser, can't find a job, so he just stays with her, even though they have so much tension in their relationship that they fight constantly and then take it out on the people who stay there. But anyway, so I'm going out to the smoking area. And he runs out of the place. I don't see any of this because I'm way far away. There's 2 buildings in between me and him. And he runs over and he hides in the bathroom so he can listen to what I'm doing. Because this guy's going to find me doing something wrong. That's his whole thing, is he needs to find people doing something wrong. And he's already decided I'm the bad guy. So, you know, he's stalking me is what he's doing. Okay, I don't see any of this. So I go out and I make a little video. And I'm like, okay, this place just got weird. They did a little hand-holding ceremony. And everybody kind of attacked me, you know. Just, you know, saying like it is. He runs back into the house. Okay, so I filmed a 30-second video, right? And as I'm walking back in, they start spilling out of the house. Like, don't call us weird. You can't call us weird. Michael said you called us weird, right? And I'm like, how the fuck do they know what I just said, right? I'm 2 buildings away. So I'm thinking listening devices, cameras, what's going on here, you know? I didn't know Michael was stalking me at this point. So, you know, like, I'm like, hey, you know, you guys are weird. I mean, this is weird. The fact that you guys come spilling out of the house saying, don't call us weird, we're not weird. That's pretty weird, you know? So, okay, I ignore it. I still, you know. So I go in for the other course of dinner, and Michael comes over to me and he says, hey, anything you film and put online, you better tell me where it's at so I can retort. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You know, like, so, you know, I keep ignoring it. I don't want things to be weird for Wildflower, so I'm just eating these people's shit. Normally, I would not take their kind of shit. You come at me with that kind of stuff, and, you know, I retaliate. I felt like I was backed into a corner. I'm getting upset just reliving this shit. Okay. So it just keeps getting weirder. Michael's stalking me around the place, making little comments here and there, shooting me looks the whole time, trying to stare me down. And I realize this is a little balding piece of shit man. I would whoop his ass without even touching him. He knows it. You know, he's got no balls. He thinks he does, but, you know, confronting with me, no, he does not, but we'll get into that in a minute. Shit just keeps getting weirder, right? So, like, Rowdy was like, hey, man, you know, when we first walked in, she's like, hey, I got you here, because I paid for her for a couple of days back in Hiawassee, which I had totally forgotten about. So she's like, hey, man, I got you. But shit kept getting steadily weirder and more aggressive, so, you know, after dinner, I decided, no, I'm out of here. So, you know, I'm reaching into my wallet, I'm going to grab a 10 spot, go in, throw it at these fuckers, and tell them, hey, you guys are fucking crazy, man, I'm out of here. And Rowdy knows how I am. She's like, dude, I said I got you, don't cause a scene. So I'm like, cool, so I leave, you know, it's like 7 o'clock, the sun's still up, you know, and I do have all this footage, and once I get back home, I'll fish it all out of the internets and the cloud and put it in here somehow, but evidently my phone's just not going to be able to handle it. I've literally tried for about 100 hours now. You have no idea the effort I've put in to try to get these videos out of there, because, I mean, everything, and the whole next few videos all hinge on what happened there, because it put me in a mood I could not get out of. So anyway, I leave, and I go up to the next shelter, which is 2 miles away, because that's where Wildflower's at. Her knees are killing her. So she only made it that far, and I didn't know because we're not in communication, but I'm just kind of assuming that's as far as she made it. So I go hunting for her, man. It's raining, you know, I ain't leaving my girl out there alone, because she didn't have a tent on her. She was just slack packing. So I was worried anyway. So, you know, I leave. Rowdy's got me. I ain't worried about it. At the shelter 2 miles away, I find Wildflower, and I tell her, hey, man, you know, like, shit got really weird. And, you know, like, my spidey sense is telling me they're going to stalk me out here, because it is that level of weird that I know they're going to stalk my ass, right? So we go to sleep. She thinks I'm being paranoid, right? So we go to sleep, and we wake up, and who is fucking there but Michael, that piece of shit? He decided that I didn't pay. He didn't talk to anybody. He just saw that I wasn't there for breakfast, so he's like, oh, that guy tried to skip out, and he's trying to paint me as a thief. All right, so he comes out, and he's like, meh, 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 you know, he tried to steal from us. And he's not even telling me this. I'm out fetching water. He's telling everybody there, you know, talking all sorts of shit, how he's going to send emails up the way to every hostel, try to ruin my trip, like he's got some sort of power or anything. And I talked to every hostel I stayed after to see if he did, and each and every single one of them said, fuck Michael, he's a piece of shit. If he doesn't like you, we like you, all right? Because that guy is, as I keep saying, a fucking piece of shit. I'm angry, I'm sorry, but, you know, and it's, you know, it's been 2 months at this point, but I still hold some resentment towards this, obviously. But so, you know, I see him there, and, like, I'm coming back from water, and Wildflower comes up and tells me, hey, Michael said this and this and this. So all I did was I just dropped Batman voice on him, and I just said a few words. I was like, hey, motherfucker, what are you talking, blah, 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 you know? And that dude wilted like lettuce on a hot summer day, man. He didn't know what to do. I don't know what his grand plan on was coming out there, like he was going to intimidate me. Oh, man, if I was a violent guy, I would have beat his ass, but I'm not. I'm a pacifist. I just get angry sometimes, and I talk big, you know. I have not hit anybody in a decade or more. But, you know, so unfortunately, like, Wildflower's knees are hurting her, so she goes off with this piece of shit, because there's a road that leads up there. That's how he got up there. But I knew he would stalk me out there, and she leaves with him, which, you know, really sucks, because I felt like she took his side in it. She ended up giving them money, because Rowdy offered to give them the money, and he was like, I'm not taking your money, it has to come from him, kind of shit, because he wants to paint me as a thief. But no, they charge Wildflower, and they overcharge the shit out of her. Yeah, and that makes me angry that she paid for me. I mean, I find that insulting, because that feels like her taking their side in the whole thing. They treat me like shit, and she gives them money for it. But anyway, so yeah, she ends up staying there for the next few weeks. I don't hear much from her because it's a cult. They don't let you use cell phones there. You know, they have a block on the area. They don't let anybody do anything. They keep a sharp eye on everything. And you know, eventually she stayed there for what, 2 or 3 weeks before she eventually just left the trail entirely. So she's back home. I was just with her the other day at her house, but you know, this is like a month ago now at this point. But you know, it set me on for a while. So you know, even though I'm missing like the 3 days where I'm the angriest, I still bitch about this guy, and like everything is like, fuck you, Michael, fuck you, for the, I don't know, the next week. So, you know, like, just to give you context on why I keep saying, fuck you, Michael, fuck you, that's pretty much what happened. That place just, I mean, they just treated me like utter shit. I'm not the only one they treated like shit, and talking to a lot of people that have gone there, they hate thru hikers. Michael hates thru hikers. He even told them that at breakfast. I'm sick of dealing with you hikers, because, you know, he's a piece of shit. But, you know, he's like a short little guy. He's balding. So, you know, like, God was not kind to this guy. I'm willing to bet by attitude he's got a tiny, tiny penis. I mean, he has to. That has to be the reason why he's so angry all the time. Okay, so I've ranted enough. Unfortunately, I can't really get you the videos right now because, you know, like I said, internets and all that stuff. And I'm not savvy with them. But I will get it out eventually. But, you know, it's going to be out of context. All right, so from here on out, everything will be day by day. It makes it a lot easier, and I'm going to start releasing a few a week just to try to catch up with reality time, because, you know, I'm like 50 days behind at this point. It's like day 131, and I think I'm on day 70 in the videos. But yeah, Woods Hole Hostel, fucking piece of shit. Neville, the lady that runs it, nice. She's a really nice lady. I actually kind of liked her. You know, it's all organic. She makes her own ice cream. She makes this great bread. But Michael is such a piece of shit that he ruins the whole atmosphere. The whole atmosphere for everybody. I mean, half the people I talk to fucking hate him. It seems he's nice to the ladies, but the men, he wants to find something wrong with us. We're dirty hikers. We're ruining his place. I don't know. But, you know, he's riding on his wife's coattails. He's balding. He's short. And he's got a tiny penis. So, you know, that's why he's angry. Okay, ranted enough. I'll load this video, and then I'll start throwing up all the rest of the stuff. You know, sorry I couldn't get it out to you, but, you know, shit, I had to get that off my system. This was cathartic. Thanks.